Hey, what's Doctor Who?
Oh God! Well, the Doctor is from Gallifrey, and he's a Time Lord, and he has two hearts, and he's 900 plus years old. He might be over 1,000 years old, and then he goes, he has a companion, and he has multiple companions.
Every day, I get this every day.
Yes, he does. I'm Justin Vachon. I'm a product designer here at IGN. I've been here for 4 years in January, and yeah.
I am Gian, Cruz. I lead the design team, which includes Justin here and 5 other people.
Yeah,
4 other people.
Sure.
4 other people.
Yeah, great.
And I've been with IGN since 2013, starting as a contractor first. And then I left IGN for 9 months, and then I'm back starting in 2017, and now I lead the design team.
Yes, indeed. Our day-to-day, or at least my day-to-day, can be pretty sporadic depending on the project. There's not really I do web design every day, or I do branding every day, or I do logo design every day. It can range from a multitude of different things. So for the most part, I am, as a product designer, a web designer. So I'm working on the desktop site a lot and the mobile apps and stuff like that, but it can range anywhere from that to our E3 booth, for example.
Yeah. The most recent thing you worked on was like the best of 2017 artwork.
Yeah, the skin or the background you see on the best of this year, that is done by myself and with the help of Gian here.
Right. The short answer actually for him is
short.
He does what I tell him to do.
Okay, all right.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My day-to-day mostly, previously it was doing a lot of the stuff that Justin was doing, but now that I'm in much more of a management role, it is essentially going to a lot of meetings, unfortunately, and actually, getting assessments on what it means for the design part for IGN, how much resources they need, how much time we could do to support that. So that goes from product development, new website stuff, new app stuff, or a new logo for a show, or new artwork for so-and-so.
Or even strategy.
So I go in there and essentially help out where I can, and then I end up delegating, assigning, or timetabling stuff. And then sometimes some of that work even comes down to me. When the other 5 designers can't do it, I also help out.
So much appreciated on that front.
Yeah, because I'm the best one.
Yes, because he's
just
the
kidding.
Best one.
He's actually the best one.
Oh, how sweet! What a guy! What a guy! Oh boy, what a question! You want to start?
It's heavy.
You want to start us off here?
Sure, I guess so. I got into design because I loved video games, and I also kind of just got addicted to the internet. And then I asked the question of who makes that stuff? And that kind of led to a place where it's well, designers help essentially carve out the vision of it for the most part of certain things, the website stuff, game stuff, and I really like that part of it, being able to architect or being able to create stuff with the help of others usually. But that's where I started to get into design. I just asked the question well, who makes that?
That's actually similar to kind of how I got into it. I've been kind of an artist or doing artisty things for most of my life. I started out drawing and then eventually got into design in high school. But it was a similar type thing where I would see album covers or movie posters or motion graphics and be how is that stuff done? And then eventually I learned in high school how it was done, and it just went from there, and I went to art school after that. Same with Gian here for design, and it just went on from there to IGN.
Interesting story. Way back when, I actually I originally wanted to be a comic book artist.
Right.
Then I found out I couldn't draw that well. So in the realm of art, in truth, I found a place where I could get paid to do art, and that's design. Yeah. So that's what it boils down to.
Yes. Similar paths with drawing and all that stuff. So yeah. Oh my god. That at IGN or just ever?
Ever.
Oh my god.
I have an easy answer for that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I made a game.
Oh, right. Well,
this game was called Word Fighter, and then it was called Writer Rumble. That's the reason why I'm actually hired at IGN, because IGN reviewed that. It's a mobile game that is no longer out. But IGN reviewed Writer Rumble, and that's what put me into the door here. Because then I got a message saying, hey, we need help with our app. You want to help us out?
Yeah.
And that started the first steps of me working here. So That's my proudest design moment.
One hell of an answer.
That's right.
Mine is IGN related, actually. I was the lead designer, I guess you could say, or head of design on the mobile app that we just put out recently. We completely redesigned our mobile app for IGN, and at the time I was one of very few designers here, if not the only one. So I got to do the user experience design and the visual design for the new mobile app, and that was a super rewarding experience and something I am immensely proud of today. So
cool.
That's part.
Do you think it was mostly because like you had a lot more control over it?
That was definitely part of it. Having a lot of creative freedom was awesome. But I also worked with people here on the product team, helped immensely on that as well. So it was not obviously just me doing it.
I think the important thing to remember, like when we're designing stuff, we're not the only ones creating it. Because we have to make something that we like, and we're using mocks and we're using like specs, wireframes and stuff like that to do it.
Exactly.
But then we have to work with like product managers and the engineers who are actually physically doing the coding.
Yes. Keep us on track.
To do this stuff to help us create what we envisioned.
Exactly.
So it's always like a team effort when it comes to that stuff.
Absolutely.
So one, you could go to school for it.
Yeah.
We went to school for it.
Yeah, we both went to art school.
Yeah. I went to, you can specialize into certain parts of design. The biggest thing you can do is, like, learn. And then get better.
Yes.
And what I mean learn is you don't actually have to go to school. Like, look up stuff on YouTube. Look at the stuff, any tutorials that you find online. Photoshop stuff. Or whatever realm you want to get into.
Absolutely.
Animation, motion design, graphic design.
Yeah.
Even,
It's design in general.
Industrial design. Like, you can design shoes or cereal boxes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there are things on the internet that teach you all that stuff. The thing that I learned most importantly when it comes to getting a job in design is your resume is not the most important thing. Your portfolio is.
Yes.
So show off your work in your
Yes.
portfolio. And technically speaking, you don't need to go to school to have an awesome portfolio.
Yeah, no one's honestly, no one's really gonna care what school you went to if your work is bad.
That's totally true.
You could go to SVA or RISD.
Yeah,
and,
these are the Harvards of design stuff.
And have really bad work, and it doesn't matter because your work's bad.
Yeah, and then you paid a whole bunch of money for a bad portfolio. That's no bueno.
That's not to say you shouldn't go to school for design because it's very beneficial. Me and Gian, like I said, went to art school, and it shaped a lot of how I am as a designer, and I'm sure how you are as a designer. But getting into design, I share a lot of the same thoughts as Gian does. You don't need to go to school. You can learn basically everything online. The biggest thing that I found from going to art school and just being in design for as long as I have is being able to work with others and being able to collaborate with others instead of just being siloed off by yourself all the time is a big thing. So I guess I would advise that if you are getting into design, don't do it in isolation. Do it with other people. Yeah. Do projects with other people.
Makes sense.
Go to a co-working space. Go to a college. Take a course. Like, be around other people, because I learned that in art school, the most stuff I learned, or the best stuff I learned, was from my peers and from the people around me.
Right.
So
you're only going to get better if you're around people who are
absolutely and getting
much better designers than you.
Sure, and getting critiques from really good designers, getting critiques from professors, from anyone basically.
And at this point, there's like communities to help you out all over the place.
Totally.
Whether that's cool or not. Aside from learning it, you have to actually do it. Because like if your portfolio is just a bunch of like exercises or tutorials, that's not going to work out. No. You have to like decide to make something and use the stuff that you learned to create it.
Yeah, like think of a project like, hey, I don't like the way the Xbox UI looks. Redesign it.
Oh, totally.
Redesign it and have that be your showpiece to an IGN, a GameSpot, a game developer, and show that you can do this and you have thoughts about this stuff.
Oh,
jeez.
No, actually, I have an answer for this. It is actually my favorite game. My favorite game of all time. Super Mario 64. So it's an easy answer for me. It's the first time that Mario was obviously in 3D. It was my first exposure to just like analog controls, and they got it so right.
Oh yeah.
At the time, and even now, I would say like it does movement in such a, I don't want to say perfect, but in such an amazing way that it still is my top game of all time.
Yeah, that's a hard one to argue there. I might also have to say Super Mario 64.
You're not allowed to.
It's the only Nintendo game on my top 10 of all time, so it kind of has to be by default on that list. Because I
didn't know that.
I know. Yeah,
that's interesting.
It's the only Nintendo game on my top 10.
But you're not allowed to say that because I took it already. So I called dibs. Name another one.
Okay.
You can say Super Mario 64. Still like it's so hard right now for you.
I'm just trying to egg him on.
Yeah.
I will say you did mention before that Breath of the Wild was a Game of the Year contender for you.
Yes, Breath of the Wild is definitely up there. I don't want to have recency bias or this other thing, but the first 40 hours of that game were unlike any other game I had ever played. Probably it's not doing anything super revolutionary, but the way that they changed up the Zelda mechanics and the world and the way you interact with it really just threw me for a loop, and I hadn't experienced anything like that in all my years of playing gaming. For those first 40, 50 hours, it was just non-stop, like stopping in a field and just looking around and hearing the music and like cutting grass cool. And like to be able to do that for 40 or 50 hours, and I ended up playing for longer than that, of course. But
I will say,
it was really...
that game, as the first game I put in the Switch, gave me very similar Super Mario 64 vibes as like, oh, this is what this generation is going to be like, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, it really presents a view of Nintendo's new thinking when it comes to their big franchise. You can see that with Mario Odyssey, of course, and the stuff they've done with that. But it excites me that they're thinking about their own games in a way like they are with Breath of the Wild and Odyssey to see what they do for the future. So if it was not Super Mario 64, it might very well be Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I like that game too.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Hope you like listening to me and this guy lounging over here.
Yeah, I hope you like the look into design and what we do.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the vlog.
Enjoy it.
Thanks.
See ya.
What's up?
What's up?
Oh,
What's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
Fancy seeing you here. Are you a Xenoblade guy?
No.
No? Are you a JRPG guy?
I am a JRPG guy.
Cool. Then you should definitely try Xenoblade, because it's awesome. I'm not like a massive JRPG guy. I dabble, like in Final Fantasy and all that stuff. Yeah. But this game is just opening up the more and more I play it. It's incredible. So.
Do you need to play the first one to play the second one?
No, it helps just to kind of have an basic understanding of the battle system.
Sure.
But this game does a really good job just introducing all of the mechanics to you and building upon all of the many layers of the actual combat system. So I definitely think it's worth checking out, even if you like JRPGs a little bit. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
You played Xenoblade?
Download.
Yeah? No?
No? I played the first hour. Oh my god, it's just past the first hour.
Whoop. Get the out of my way. Get out of my way, Barrett.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's...
That's how we handle things here.
Real tough
love.
I won't, so, no.
Yeah, that's nice. We're embracing.
That's weird.
No, Barrett smells good.
This is too long for hugs.
Does
anybody have scissors or something?
Scissors?
Taking off the label.
Ooh.
Maybe.
We are not sponsored by Crystal Geyser, so I have to remove this label. It's a crazy law that you have to get permission to use logos on the air, right? When you're producing content. And so I don't mind giving Crystal Geyser a shout out, but
even if it's in the corner of the room and it's just hidden.
It's TV, it's an issue.
Oh, okay.
Few companies would complain if you had their brand.
Oh, that's fair.
In a positive manner. If you do something bad, then that's different.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
So what have you been playing this week?
This week?
Yeah.
Not much. No, I've been playing Mario Odyssey.
Oh yeah?
Now that I've beaten the game, I'm trying to get all the moons.
Nice.
I'm working my way down the list of lands that So I just... Cascade Kingdom is the one with the dinosaur?
Yeah, that's the dinosaur kingdom.
I did what I could there, and then I'm moving on to the next one. So, but then I bought Mario plus Rabbids on sale.
Oh yeah.
For 33% off on Cyber Monday, and I've always wanted to play that game.
Yeah, the graphics in that game are surprisingly pretty breathtaking.
Oh, really?
I love the art style. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Especially in the earlier levels too.
It looks really fun, and that's why when that first came out, I was like, I need to get that game if I get a Switch.
Yeah.
But then I waited for a deal because I don't like dealing with physical with the Nintendo Switch. I don't know why.
That's how I felt, and then just all of my games are digital now, and my whole memory card is piled up like crazy. I'm just LA Noire, a game like that's 27 gigabytes.
What size card did you get?
256.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I have a Destiny. An original Destiny PlayStation 4, the white one.
Oh yeah.
And this cool thing that my PlayStation 4 is doing now that it's getting older in years is that it just randomly kicks out discs.
What?
Like,
in the middle of you playing,
it'll just spit out a disc.
What does?
We're done. My PlayStation 4.
Oh, so you're playing bad games.
It's like most of my games are digital.
Does it go?
But I took a copy of Horizon to play the expansion, and in the middle of playing it, it was just like da, 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 and then just spit the disc out. And it's happened several times since then. Or it'll make that noise like it's spitting a disc out just in the middle of doing something else. Like I was watching Netflix last night, and it was just trying to eject the disc for like 20 minutes. I was like, Yahoo! I think it's just really old now. Like it's crazy.
That sounds bad.
That's weird.
Wow.
So it's like I guess I just only do digital. I mean, I mostly only do digital anyway. But like
That white PS4 is so good looking.
I know.
I actually think it only got surpassed by the white Xbox One S, like in design. I really like that one. And I think both the X and the new PS4 Big Mac are uglier than the older machine.
I think maybe it's a sign though. Maybe it's time that I drop the cheddar on a PS4 Pro. I don't have a 4K TV though.
Okay.
That's the only thing is like
Probably
really
not.
Make sense.
Yeah, probably not worth it then.
Yeah.
But it's I like both the Pro and the X. X is great, man. It's just so fast. It's nice.
Which do you prefer?
Well, right now the X because it's
the new
has more.
hotness.
No, it absolutely has more oomph. But most of my friends are playing PS4, so it's like for multiplayer still PS4.
I still have an
X4.
original Xbox. Like I have a launch Xbox.
The one with the green jewel and the big fat giant controller.
Original Xbox One.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's actually surprisingly holding up pretty well for me. So it's doing okay. I wanted to get an Xbox One X, but I don't think I'd ever have time to actually play Xbox One X games.
It's just so much to play now. It's
I know.
awesome times at least. Yeah, I
Yeah, they got Sonic Adventures 2 now for backwards compatible, right?
Yeah, there you go. That all day.
The best Sonic game.
The best Sonic
Oh
game?
wait, this is Mr. Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
You like, what do you like better, Donkey Kong 64 or Sonic 2?
Donkey Kong 64. All the way.
Wow.
Donkey Kong 64, not jokingly, is in like my top 5 games of all time.
Probably like Star Fox Adventure.
Nostalgia.
We're not talking about this again, are we?
Yeah.
God.
So, change of topic this week. We're just going to talk about Donkey Kong 64
Count me out.
and the influences it had on Super Mario Odyssey, because there's a lot.
Oh man.
You mean how they took everything they learned from Banjo-Kazooie and then made it really boring? Yeah, those influences.
Nah, man. That
Because
game's great.
DK64 is just Banjo-Kazooie minus the funny powers, and then they just every banana in the kingdom tossed into these bare bones levels.
No, they're not bare bones. They're real fun.
Yeah.
You can unlock areas, find new areas.
I like the factory level. That was cool.
The factory
and having
level was
playable
great.
Donkey Kong in it was awesome.
Yeah.
But I never liked the overworld.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
So
Or
fair.
the rest. No, I think
rest
it's a 7 game. No,
That's fair.
6.8.
Zach would say
Zach,
it's a
DK64.
2.0.
Give it a score.
It's like a 7.
7?
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
Decent.
Have you played DK64?
No, not the 64 version.
Long time ago.
Well, we get a remaster for the Switch.
Maybe
I
6.
hope so.
Maybe
I don't
6.8
think so.
is too harsh. I haven't played it in like 15 years.
Yeah,
20
I
years,
think probably like a 6.8 or a 7 is about where I'd land on it
Yeah.
today.
Son of
Are you still working on that frog?
No, I
Purple
got
wolf?
that one finally. Actually, no, I didn't. I gave up on that one. I was like, you know what? There's just some power moons that I'm never gonna get.
Yeah. That's how I felt about the when you go into 2D, and then you have to go with the moving paint in the back to stay in 2D mode.
Decompress.
Like halfway through that, I was like, I'm no.
Oh yeah. That one's tough, dude.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just trying to catch this stupid fish.
Which one
The
is?
fish. It's just one of the taking nose challenges in the Seaside Kingdom.
Really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 60 frames, huh?
Yeah, and so right now we're in
I like this
we're in
kingdom
a
a lot.
2D
It really
level,
grew on me.
But like you get
How many
to,
moons do you have now?
float around like
About
a
600.
spaceship too, but you played Rive, right, Brian? Rive?
Yes,
was
I
pretty
did. I'm
cool,
sorry,
huh?
my brain froze for a second there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that. I want to check it
Yes, I did.
Did.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's pronounced rib.
Rive.
Breathe it.
Yeah.
It's Italian.
Zanzibar said we've got a hard out today, so
All right.
At 4 o'clock, right?
is that right?
Yeah.
Zanzibar.
Yeah, Lily Zanzibar.
Good things. What's Vegas party?
Ooh, no idea.
What are we doing this weekend?
Good answer. Because what happens in Vegas party stays in Vegas party.
All right,
Cannot
don't
do-
ask. Please don't ask what is Vegas Party on the.
Alright, can you all adjust your respected microphones to do a mic check?
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are talking and we're doing it, making it happen, making that goddamn show called Nintendo Voice Chat. We're excited. Holy.
When he swears, he's got to get them all out now because this is a family show.
It is a family show.
Alright,
This is my microphone voice. I'm doing microphone noise. Sitting around this table with my microphone boys.
Oh.
Hi, thanks for watching. I'm here in sunny Hawaii. No, I'm kidding. This is a meeting room for personal calls or just chatting with coworkers. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to NVC at youtube.com/Nintendo Voice Chat. If you want to catch up with the vlog, make sure to click on this video up here. If you want to catch up with this week's podcast, click right there. And if you never want to miss a video, click on the bell. It looks just like that, right below the video. All right, thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.